ESL underscore CSGO B will be the channel. And I believe we're going to have a producer spam that in chat for you guys. But on the main stream, we wanted to get these two teams because two of the best in North America. Obviously, Luminosity, one of the best teams in the world, and Cloud9 still battling for a top spot in the North American region. And look at this aggression towards short. Stewart's Cold's going to come into contact with nothing. Going to lose that battle. Second member coming up. That's Taco. Not able to convert the kill, but he does finally get it in the end. Traded off by Freakazoid. And here's Fallen at the door. So trades go out. It's down to a 3-on-3. The bomb is going to get planted into the B-bomb site.
Very stereotypical pistol round with a lot of chaos starting things off, but it does come down to a 3v3 post plan here, and LG does not have a kit to work with. Not sure if there's one down close to the site, but if they're going to be making their way in with one in pit, Shroud taking that fight, another one wrapping around towards the top of heaven. That's Stewie pushing up the stairs and taking the fight with FNX, who now just rushes past as if he's not even there, but he doesn't get the kill on Shroud, who's in pit. Shroud looking for more. It's going to be Fur to take his head off. But LG is really running out of time here. Stewie just has to play the bomb, and it's planted perfectly for him. A great shot onto Fallen, and that basically solidifies the round here. Fur does not have enough time here to go for the defuse. He does get the kill, but it's not enough. Cloud9 is going to pick up the pistol round.
Really nice round from Stewie, pushing up, getting into the balcony, and just kind of playing it very smartly. Got into a battle there, but he plays it very conservatively. Doesn't chase after the kill, just stays alive, lets him commit into the bomb site, just keeps the tension of Luminosity drawn, and he eventually able to win that 1-on-2. Knowing the bomb is planted for him, plays it very, very smart. So it is a round for Cloud9. Did get a little bit sketchy there towards the end, but second round, it's going to be a force-up from Luminosity. Scout onto Fallen, upgraded pistols, 2 Deagles, 2 CZs for the rest.
No surprise here. A team that feels very confident is going to go for this force buy, thinking that they might be able to catch Cloud9, snoozing with SMGs, and that's exactly the buy that's out here for Cloud9. 2 MAC-10s, an ump, and a scout. Not exactly the greatest buy to combat against the force buy from LG, and the first kill does go the way of Cloud9, but immediately responded upon as Freakazoid is dropped. FNX still up on Catwalk with the CZ, looking to put shots on Shroud, does drop him down to 55, escapes through the smoke in towards pit. They've still got Taco sitting behind Toxic Barrels with a Deagle, trying to find the 1D, but finally Skadoodle punishes him with the scout. Fur, an immediate response though, the Deagles working out nicely. Another 1D for Fur. Now he's going to find a third, and it's just nothing here, who gets shut down by FNX. And the force buy from Luminosity works beautifully as they stack up towards the B site, and Cloud9 falls directly into the trap.
Yeah, they thinned Cloud9 out really efficiently at the start of that hit into the B bomb site, and Cloud9 just couldn't get any kills going in their favor, and Luminosity just kind of sucks them in, waits for the rotations, and then, I mean, obviously some really sick shots from Fur. He's up to 6 kills in 2 rounds. That's a pretty sick start. Really, really good stuff. And now Cloud9, I mean, they're reeling after this one. They buy some upgraded pistols, but no utility, no armor. And FNX is taking complete control of stairs, so he'll be able to pop out towards short Stewards. And Fur, he's going to throw the grenade. Nope, he's not going to, but here's the door opening. And with the Skalil, he should be able to spray a couple down from behind. Nothing gets 1 kill. Skadoodle chimes in. Now Stewie's got one. And even Taco's brought so low. This is a dangerous situation. Flank is coming in, but Stewie finds that kill. It's all on Fallen. He's got a scout, and he gets the shot onto Freakazoid. 1-on-1 situation. Stewie is aggressive. He's committed close up. Holding Fallen back for the moment, but Fallen forces Stewie away, so it's going to get a little bit more slow pace. He does have a kit to work with, and Stewie's just here holding at an off angle, and Fallen, nope, he's just going to go back and get the Galil. So he just wanted a rifle to make this happen, but he's used a lot of time off this clock. Stewie has relocated towards the water pit. Fallen's not going to expect this, and there it is. Another clutch round from Stewie, playing lights out in the beginning of these rounds.
I was about to praise Cloud9 too for not going into a force buy after losing that round, not doing what most teams do, where they're like, let's counter force and we'll try and break their money, which is what we saw in the last map between Renegades and Liquid. So they had some more discipline, and it actually ends up working out. Stewie, by the way, who was, largely looked at as a questionable pickup, has actually had a pretty decent pickup throughout the season, and he's been proving to be a pretty valuable player on the fragging chart at the very least. And that round was massive for Cloud9. It's allowed them to come into another buy here, but LG, they're going to do the opposite of what Cloud9 did. They're going to go into the counterforce here. The M4 proves to be strong early on. FNX gets 2 in towards Fountain, but Stewie shuts him down, but it is still a 4v3 with Stewie very low on HP, and pistol armor plus the scout going to be hard for them to fight against, and it's Fur picking up 1 more, so it's down to just 2. And we could see this ping pong back and forth, these 2 giants in the North American CS scene looking to duel it out here.
Cloud9, you can't sustain that much damage from FNX pushing up. What a beast of a play. 2 kills and a dink onto another member. Fur does get taken out on the flank. They're waiting for Cold. Taco is going to follow that flank up, so Cloud9, there's no chance they know this is coming, and it's going to be an easy kill for Taco. Now it's just down to nothing. They know exactly where he is. They know he's in bathrooms. They had to have heard him running, but nothing in a 1-on-3. He's surrounded. Bomb is still down towards Fountain. It's going to smoke off the stairwell. But at a certain point, there's Cold. I mean, he's at the stairs, and he just makes his presence known, and nothing's not looking as Taco rounds the corner. So rounds being traded back and forth in this matchup. And Cloud9, they can buy back into this if they want. They can have 2 AK-47s on Freakazoid and Shroud. They can have Stewie with the Galil. They can have a couple pistols, Tech 9s. It all remains to be seen if they want to take it a little bit more passively. But they're going up against a pretty solid arsenal on the Luminosity side, so a little bit scary. We saw them yesterday be very wise and conservative with their buying, and they're going to do it again here today. So they don't invest. They're going to cede the early advantage towards Luminosity.
Plus, the way the last pistol round worked out for them, why really go with that heavy investment if last time you didn't need it? Sure, you could argue that they didn't have as much going into that last buy on the side of LG, but it doesn't matter. A 1-for-1 trade again in water as Fur pushes in, takes out nothing, but Freakazoid immediately responds to the Tech 9. Still one in towards door. That's FNX, and then at the top of the connector, it's going to be Fallen supporting him. So they're not really going to be able to get too much presence up towards the A side if they decide to rotate out. It is down to just 3 here. A Shroud and nothing have been taken out. Stewie trying to peek towards Monster. He spots one. He sees the arm of Cold. Doesn't quite react in time. Taco peeking as well. Shutting down the round here. It's just Skadoodle left standing, and Connector gets one, but he's taken out by the Scout of Fallen. So Luminosity not going to let that happen again. No repeats of that last pistol round.
Cloud9's going to have to be very careful moving forward because Luminosity, I mean, essentially, most of the rounds they've played so far, and just, I mean, in the early stages, they've taken over the stairwell. They've taken over that underpass area. They've been very aggressive towards it. And any of these gun rounds, if Cloud9's not able to force that back, if they're not able to take that over, take that map control away from LG, it's going to be so tough for them to execute. This time, looks like they want to be fast-paced towards the B bomb site, spam towards Cold on Catwalk. Taco's going to peek out towards Monster. They're all lined up for him. He's going to be prepared for it. He's not. He falls away, but he actually takes very little damage. Flashbang's not going to do too much. It actually blinds him more than anything, but Cloud9's still not able to wake their way in the bomb site. Still not able to find any kills whatsoever. Fallen is not here. Taco falls. Cold chimes right back in.
So now Cold is in pit. He's the only one on the B site right now, getting support from FNX, who's just rotated in from Graffiti. Fallen up top with the AWP trying to pop shots through the smoke, not spotting anything just yet. Fur gets one, Fallen finds another, and all of a sudden it's down to just one here. So quickly the frags just total up here for Luminosity, and Stewie's stuck behind the sandbags. The bomb is planted for him, but he's going to get a little bit lucky, spamming through the smoke as he crosses and takes out FNX, looking to just prevent the defuse at this point, but he's getting surrounded. Finally, Fur coming in on the flank, takes him out. 3 on the round for Fur, and another round for Luminosity, and a pretty solid one at that, surviving with 3 players up on the fast B play from Cloud9.
And this is what happens when you just kind of right off the bat go heavy towards the B bomb site. There's no map control, no presence, and Luminosity, I mean, they're playing aggressively in bathrooms, so they're going to have quick flanks, whether it's down the stairwell, whether it's flanking through T-spawn, all the way around a Monster like Fur did. Cloud9's got to be able to establish some kind of map control moving forward, or LG is going to eat them alive. This is a map that Luminosity is very, very good on. And now look, here comes the hurt. Taco with the auto sniper, Fallen with the AWP, and Taco, he might just be able to feast here. Out towards Monster, he spots the legs of one. And there it is. Skadoodle just drops right into the crosshair. His head gets taken off.
He's still got one towards him. He sees the nades flying over, so if he plays the angle right, he should be able to get a few more. He's in a tight spot, no. As he starts to peek towards Cat, he can't manage to get the turn on the man coming out of Monster, so good timing from Cloud9 with that flash through. Kind of diverts the attention, and now nothing's going to be the one with the Scar 20. All he needs is a headshot, but he's not going to get it. Aim punch not even a factor. It's just the op punching a bullet directly through his chest. And Fallen gets another one coming out of heaven as well. So 3 on the board again for Luminosity as they pick up the round. Now going into 5. And Cloud9 still going to be able to buy here because they get 4 rounds of loss bonus plus the bomb plant. They are getting into that B site, but at what cost? They continue to just kind of go with the same play, fast towards B.
Yeah, need to show a little bit of variety here. At least they're starting to get the full losing bonus building up. It's not there yet. They have 4 rounds of it, and they also have the $800 extra from that plant. But, I mean, this is turning into a tough situation. Luminosity up towards 5, and like I said, Taco with this auto sniper going to be very aggressive out towards Monster. I imagine they're going to put Skadoodle this round, or one of these rounds, put him up there, make sure Taco can't just peek that for free. But once again, Luminosity going for an aggressive play towards bathrooms. They have control. Fur's right next to the staircase. They have a little bit of a triangle set up with Fallen in bathrooms with the AWP. Fur's there as well. And then it's also FNX just waiting to pounce, biding his time. 2 members over at the B bomb site playing very passively. And this time Cloud9's not sending the multitude of their members here. They're going to have nothing probe into the site. They're going to have Freakazoid throwing some nades out from Catwalk from the sandbags. Bomb is also back around that way as well, but they're going to rely on nothing to find something, and he's slowly creeping to the other side. I don't think Luminosity knows this whatsoever. Nothing is in a prime position to get a kill here, and he misses it. Taco adjusts nicely. It is traded by Freakazoid. That's going to force some rotations, and now the bomb's coming in as well.
And the two-man Fur, he's over towards Connector. He doesn't know what's going on in that area yet, so he can't get down towards the bottom of the door just yet. He has to wait for his teammates to get in towards CT. They come in through Heaven. They come in as well through Graffiti. And now the bomb is going to be planted, so it is going to be retake time. Fur still hasn't made his way out of the squeaky door. I think he heard someone early on in the round towards the back of Connector, so he's a little bit concerned that someone could still be coming in from that position. FNX and Fallen both picking up a frag. And it's Shroud and Skadoodle. Now it's time for Fur to pop that door open. Comes out towards water. Skadoodle strikes from Pit. And oh, Shroud with a great response here. Forcing things down to a 2v1. And it's just Fallen, the clutch god. Gonna pick off one with the op. Jumps in towards Pit. Does he know that Shroud has rotated out of position? The bomb is not exactly in a perfect plant position, but it doesn't matter. Shroud plays it perfectly on the wraparound. And Cloud9 gonna steal a round away here from Luminosity. Despite the fact that is yet another B play from Cloud9.
Yeah, this time it's a little bit different. It's not a heavy presence over towards the B bomb site. They just let nothing kind of walk in, and LG, because of the setup they had over towards the A bomb site, they only had 2 members at B, and they were playing it passively. They were playing it for a retake, and the timing didn't work out for them to spot Monster. Spot nothing, just lurking crouched beneath that ramp, that slope. So a nice round from Cloud9. Aggression again from Luminosity. Cold playing very close up towards Fountains, hiding behind this smoke at the moment. FNX once again taking control of Stairs and Underpass. They're going to have to clear him out. Shroud knows there's a presence. The Cloud9 playing it passively. 2 towards B, 3 out towards Fountain and Playground, and no one really being too aggressive on either side of the map.
I did like the aggression from Luminosity early on. It was something that reminded me of Fnatic once upon a time, the way they play this map. They sort of trap you so that you can't rotate out through Connector because they have so much control of mid and water that it basically makes Connector a useless position for the T side. So I did like that early on, but obviously playing a little bit more passively based on the buy in that one round where they went fast B really punished the economy of the CT side, dropping that Scar 20 without really too much action on it. Here we go. Looks like Cloud9 is still turtling up at the bomb back towards Playground. They don't really know where they're going to go. Looks like it may be heading back towards B. Shroud's still sitting towards the back of Connector. 2 men back on Monster. Cloud9's playing this so passively. Much different team than we saw in the first few rounds where they were just barreling into the B side, taking their time, trying to figure out what Luminosity's doing here.
Yeah, but they ran the clock down 35 seconds, and they haven't done anything. They haven't gained map control anywhere, and in fact, they've allowed Fallen to grab this angle with the AWP. Picks off Freakazoid, and there's no response from Cloud9. Bomb is still so far away. 25 seconds left now on the clock. Still, they haven't pressured any of the bomb sites. Taco, he wants to find some information. He's going to walk right through the smoke, and nothing's here with the nade out. He's going to get punished. That's a kill for Taco. He does get traded off by Skadoodle. Stewie's lurked up out towards Long, but he doesn't have the timing. He's going to get dropped for free. But at least the bomb's working its way, and now Fallen sees the barrel of the gun. Can he stop this from crossing? He can't. Bomb's got to get planted. 5 seconds now. The rotation is on. And Shroud's got to play hero once again. Over towards Sandbags. Flashbang's going to come out, but Shroud gets dropped by nades, and FNX cleans up Cloud9 and Skadoodle. I mean, this is getting really, really nuts now, because Luminosity has just, stopped the losing bonus from building up, or responds with a round lost by winning one. I mean, there's going to be a little bit of money on Shroud. Obviously has 6K. Skadoodle has 4,100 with that plant, but Cloud9 not being very proactive on this T side so far. I don't even think they've... Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it a couple times. They haven't even really gone towards the A site whatsoever.
Yeah, the one round they put presence on A was the round they got picked apart by the mid rush. It was after they picked up the pistol round 3. So they went towards Fountain, and FNX pushed mid and picked off like 2 players, and then they came in on the flank as well. And they're going to go aggressive on mid yet again here as FNX pushes up towards Party. Got a spot 1, looking to take down Skadoodle as well, but he's going to get wrapped on by another player as Skadoodle comes in with the shot to finish him off. Still pushed up long, though. It's going to be for a great flash. Allows Stewie to take that kill, and now it's Cloud9 in the driver's seat here. They've got Fallen over towards Long. He gets one shot trying to make it away, and he does manage to get behind the planter wall. So he's going to be able to backpedal, forces things back to a 3-on-3 gun advantage right now to Luminosity, as Cloud9 is working with a Tech 9 armorless, a P250 armorless, and an AK, also armorless. But they do have bomb control, full control of bathrooms, the ability to rotate towards B, as Taco is playing B back by Monster. So if they were to decide to go down towards Canal, they could potentially get into the site. It would only take 1 kill.
They have time to make a decision. They have 50 seconds. They also have 1 smoke on nothing to lose. And it looks like they want to challenge the AWP of Fallen. 2 players over towards the B bomb site. That AWP is going to be up in the balcony. And like you said, Taco playing towards Sandbags. Now Cloud9's kind of readjusted through the staircase. 35 seconds left. And actually, Taco's got to hear this now. He sees no presence over towards Monster, and Cloud9 has no idea he's here. Oh, but they turn back at the right time. Unfortunately, there's a flashbang that completely blinds him, so this gets shut down. A little bit of opportunity there for C9, and now Taco's just playing it wisely. Falling back, waiting for Fallen. Even if the bomb gets planted, which it's not going to, he comes through the smoke aggressively. Make sure that doesn't happen. 7-3 now. Cloud9 once again going to be back onto a bye.
That extra money would have given Cloud9 very little in the round, but just a little bit of cushion after buying up. That extra money from getting the plant. They did get 3 in a row in those losses, so it does help a little bit moving forward, getting that bonus cash earlier on. But Cloud9 really hasn't had much of a presence towards A. That was one of the few rounds they've really done anything in that direction, and it was an eco. I would really love to see them put their rifles in that position, and it looks like they're finally taking note of that. But it's a 3-man stack towards mid again. Pushing up towards Fountain's going to be FNX Fur in a similar spot all the way back towards the half stair. And then we've got Fallen sitting on top of Party with the AWP. And another solid start. It seems like it's consistent rounds now where LG gets those opening frags. But Fallen! Oh, what was that? Taking out FNX as he comes up the stairs. Sometimes the reactions are just too good.
Yeah, he didn't realize that his team would be falling back that way and just eliminates him. The next battle that's going to come is Shroud versus Cold in Underpass. Shroud on top of the pallet, he falls. Cold gets an easy kill. And yeah, this early aggression from Luminosity has just punished Cloud9. They have been put in their place. They have no idea where to go. And Fur's going to be the next one to push up these stairs, peek up towards Fountain. He's going to find him falling back, and that kill from Taco gets a second as well. Just brutal.
What's scary about a team like Luminosity is that when they start to feel confident, they start to play hyper-aggressive. And in my opinion, they're like the Brazilian version of the old Virtus Pro. When Virtus Pro would start chaining rounds together, they became very difficult to stop because it was just one after the other after the other. And they would never even let you get started in the round. They'd play like hyper-aggressive, and even though it should be punished, it doesn't go punished. They just take the duels, they leverage their aim over yours, and they play their confidence until they break yours down. And that's kind of what's happening right now for Cloud9. They are just getting slaughtered by Luminosity. Another solid start as FNX gets a double peek. Both Shroud and Skadoodle with their backs turned. Fur is going to respond with another one for LG. Cold Zera now picking off Stewie. And nothing. The only one left alive is 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the clock. And this is a save here where Cloud9 didn't actually push before they died. It was the opposite way around.
Well, this is the scary part because Cloud9 doesn't seem like they have any kind of a plan on how to push back aggression towards Underpass, how to push back aggression towards bathrooms. And Luminosity's they started to read this, and they're saying, "All right, we'll just continue to get aggressive, see if you can stop it." And they're not able to. I mean, they're pushing all the way up towards Fountain, and Cloud9 still isn't able to really have any kind of success whatsoever. So this is sick stuff from Luminosity, and obviously now that the pause comes out for Cloud9 to figure out anything they can do. The money is a little bit low on some of Luminosity. Taco's got 10,000. Fur has 7,200. But outside of that, it's getting a little bit dodgy. But it's not going to matter if Cloud9 doesn't have some answer. They've only won a single gun round. The other 2 rounds came at the beginning when they traded back and forth in low econ situations. So having no success whatsoever ever since Luminosity has established their money. Fallen with this op is just being so mobile, just standard Fallen plays, I guess you would call it. But everyone else, FNX, Fur, these Taco, all the aggression they're doing is just going unchecked right now by Cloud9.
And the big difference right now is that Cloud9 has a different caller than they've had in the past with nothing. He's got no coach backing him up. Whereas on the opposite side, you have one of the greatest minds in Counter-Strike history in Fallen, a player who's been around for a long time. And then you have Zeus backing him up. So, if Luminosity found themselves in this position, they have 2 minds able to come up with scenarios where they could get themselves out of this. Whereas Cloud9, they only have nothing, who's not really been doing it for all that long for this roster. So you have to wonder if that's playing a factor here. The lack of a coach and the somewhat new to the game, in-game leader, so to speak. Is that playing a factor for Cloud9? Is he kind of having a hard time digging them out of these mid-game situations where they just can't seem to get out of the rut?
We've seen them. This might just be a map that nothing, obviously, as you said, inexperienced just doesn't really feel comfortable calling on, because we've seen them on other maps have some answers, have some creative, or maybe not creative, but they've had some plans going in other maps that a bit more used to. Obviously, here it looks like they just don't have enough in the playbook or enough experience on it with him as a caller. It just looks very, very stale. Luminosity now, going for some hurt. This is a little bit interesting. Cold goes for a double up setup. It's not glass cannon. He has armor behind it, but switches things up despite everything working out. He's got no nades. He could have been dropped an op by Taco if he wanted to get some utility, and The answer for Cloud9 is fast towards Monster, as if there was any other call possible. They're going to swing right through. First one is Taco to get some pressure on him. Stewie's going to find him. That's the opening. There goes the op on Cold. Still one member. Fur right behind the sandbags. He's smoked off, though. He's biding his time. Not going to push through it. Fallen has pushed downstairs to meet up with him. But Skadoodle's going to drop that rotation. So down into a 5-on-2. This has worked perfectly for Cloud9.
How ironic that the fast B play, which we've kind of looked at as the handicap for Cloud9 early on, is now the one that gets them into the round. Round 13, post-plant situation now 5 up for Cloud9. Fur and FNX just looking for exits at this point. It's not really a likely retake. FNX is going to spot one. That's Freakazoid going down. A little bit of help coming by way of Shroud. But it is still a 2-on-4 with the bomb ticking away. Fur. Oh, Fur's going to go with the Ninja. He's hoping that they may have rotated out of sight. Drops the smoke on the bomb. Not going to happen today. Cloud9 not going to get caught sleeping. It's a 4th round on the board. Cost them a little bit, only dropping 2 players. But yeah, that fast B, surprisingly, is the one that breaks the back of Luminosity and allows them to get into the site. And you talked about it at the beginning. Cold buying that up cost them quite a bit of money in that round.
Yeah, he gets caught out. I mean, that was a little bit unfortunate. Not prepared for that fast B play. Taco couldn't hold him off for very long either. So it is going to be the money's finally gone for Luminosity. It built up very, very high, but now Cloud9 has them in a position where if they win this round, the last round of the half is going to be a save. Molotov out towards Monster. Nade as well. Cloud9's just going to go through it. Smoke to extinguish it. Taco gets the trade. Finds Freakazoid as well. Transfers over to Shroud. Does a good amount of damage, but can't get the kill. Fur's here waiting, though. And he's going to be the game changer. They don't know he's right behind this pole. He's just chilling. Having a good time. Shroud's going to try and get this plant. Bad day for Shroud. Fur now able to be mobile. Skadoodle's got to estimate the right side. Flash comes out, completely blinds the Opper. Finally, his teammate gets here, but oh, there's the kill from Skadoodle. Nice patience from him. 2-on-2.
Bomb still down in the site. The smoke from FNX gets him a little bit of a window of opportunity onto Skadoodle. He can't spot him crossing around Spangler Pole, so it's just nothing. He's all by himself. He's coming in from Monster. He's got the AK, spams away towards FNX, drops him very low. Tosses a flashbang up over the wall, does blind FNX, forces him back in towards Toxic, but an immediate response flash from Fallen. And now he's going to do the same thing we saw him do a few rounds ago, where he just kind of ducks his way up, just crouching into position here. But just like that round a few rounds ago, he's not able to come up with a frag. So Luminosity, even though they dropped the bodies early on, Cloud9 not able to sustain the pace, and it is the 10th round on the board for the CT side.
What are the chances we see Cloud9 go to the B bomb site in this last round?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking if they take it that round, they go A, because they're going to condition Luminosity to think we're going to go fast B every time, and then they stack it, and then they go A. But, oh, look at this. They're going to surprise us a little bit. They're going A.
This could be a dangerous game. They haven't had too much success going this route. Shroud, he's the first one to get dinked. Massive damage done, whether by nade or spray. FNX, he's going to swing out. Shroud drops him, but, I mean, here's Fur. Coming up the stairs. They're all lining up for him. He could have gotten the ace so close. 4 kills for Fur very, very quickly. And Cold with the shotgun cleans it out. An 11-4 half for Luminosity. They were dominant.
I mean, the reality is, with the way that Luminosity played aggressive on Fountain, Cloud9 favored towards the B site for so long that when they finally got past that point, they had no idea what Luminosity was going to be doing. They had no intel on how Luminosity was going to be playing mid, how they were going to play bathrooms, because they never really found themselves in a position where they could get that information. I think the one round where they actually got into bathrooms, it was an eco. And I think they rotated back towards B. It was Taco who was in Monster Pit. They didn't peek towards him. He got 2 frags before it came down to the bomb plant. Nothing couldn't stick it. So kind of questionable from Cloud9 why they stuck B for as long as they did. Obviously, they seem to see something there that they liked. But again, we mentioned it. Maybe it's just nothing who's just a little bit ill-prepared for the map, a map that isn't as popular on North American soil.
Aggression from Cloud9. Skadoodle nothing. Over towards Party. They have a vertical stack going on, but they're completely blind. Skadoodle does get 1, but Cold gets the response. 2 kills for him. And now there's 2 more in stairs, and trades go the way of Cloud9. Shroud with 2 nice kills. He gets found out by Fur. Took him a little bit to get the kill, but he does eventually grab it. 1-on-1. He switches over to the USP. He's got plenty of time as well. 1 minute and 20 seconds to toy with. Freakazoid is here at the A bomb site, though. And Fur uses a decoy. Freakazoid not peeking quite yet, but there is his attention is over towards long. He's going to keep it here, and he sees it, but he can't respond in time. Fur just executes him from range. That was a nasty shot.
Fur now sitting at 20-9 too, so an impressive performance from him. That duel in connector was kind of awkward considering Shroud and Fur at one point in time were dueling for the top position statistically in Pro League seasons. I think it was in seasons 1 and 2. Both of them were fighting for that top position, so it's kind of interesting to see it go down the way it did. But it is Luminosity kind of continuing the way things started. Even in the close rounds, Cloud9 just not able to scrape it out. So it is going to be a force, or not a force, a save here for Cloud9. Freakazoid with the CC and armor, double flash, so a little bit of utility, but it's going to be a B stack, and Luminosity's already making their way up mid.
Yeah, well, Taco's making his way into the B bomb site with the MAC-10. He is blinded and forced back, but Cloud9 can't capitalize on it, so the A site is going to be taken for free. Stewie's going to be the first one back, but he's got nothing to do. Smoke's behind him to try and lure Code Zero into being exposed, but that's not going to happen. Money just building up for Cold. 2 MAC-10 kills, a lot of bonus money. Nothing's the next one up. And he's eventually going to fall to Fallen. Skidoodle gets 1 kill on a Taco, but that's about all they're going to take out of this, and he's getting hunted down now. Fallen right above him. He does get that kill, and he gets a second one. Skidoodle doing some damage here. 3 kills for him on the round. He's got 2 coming. 1 towards Sandbags. That's a 6 shot on the Fur. No chance of him winning this, but this is a great display of skill. FNX does find him out in the end. What was that?
You know, it's kind of interesting. I talked about someone recently about Skidoodle, and I was told that Skidoodle actually doesn't spend that much time playing CS outside of team practice. That he actually favors other games because it feels like when he comes back to CS, he plays better if he doesn't spend too much time playing it. So it is kind of interesting that he's like one of the more talented players in all of North America. Easily the best op, hands down, in my opinion. If you're not factoring in, you know, the transplants from Australia and Brazil. But yeah, a great play from Skidoodle. He was in a position where he couldn't really win the round, but he is going to use that off, that aim again, showcasing itself here. Gets that first pick as he takes down Cold Zero. Fur responds immediately with the headshot from the MAC-10. Skidoodle's going to B-hop his way back towards the A site. Shroud picking up one more, the FAMAS headshot. Nothing chiming in as well. Now Freakazoid takes down Fur. And it's just FNX here. This kind of split by this interesting scenario here for Cloud9 has worked out wonderfully as FNX now has to fight against a 1v3. He does have the bomb on his back, though, and the B site seems to be his target.
Yeah, he's going to make his way up, use a Molotov to isolate Shroud, and he's looking for Skidoodle up top. Not going to find it initially. And Freakazoid is ever so slowly flanking, so FNX, he knows where 2 members are, and he looks away at the wrong moment. Skidoodle just peeks as he turns to the left. Cloud9 hold on, 5-13. Skidoodle, that AWP coming into big play there. And even with a lot of the money built up, this is the cost of losing 4 members to a Skidoodle in that second round. I mean, they're going to be very low in this buy. They're going to have an AWP and AK-47, but outside of that, they should just be all pistols. 3 Tech 9s behind it, so a lot on the shoulders of Cold and Fallen with the only heavy weaponry.
Yeah, right now with the lead that Luminosity has, they're feeling pretty confident. A good start again here, as this time it's actually Stewie picking up the op. So I guess they swapped off based on spawn. Stewie's able to get into that aggressive position, catches him as he comes up the stairs from T-spawn, and basically doing what Luminosity had done to them in the first half, consistently pushing towards Fountain, getting that opening pick, and keeping them weaker, even though it was a save of sorts here, force by coming in from Luminosity with the AK on 1 and Tech 9s on the rest, op on Fallen. Anytime you can take a body that early in the round, it's going to make it that much easier. The limited utility, the loss of grenades on that one player. It does look like they're going to be favoring towards the B site, though, and they've still got Fallen in position behind that smoke. Nothing sitting on the opposite side with an MP9, so not exactly the greatest gun for this scenario.
Yeah, but close up with a high firing rate. He's going to adjust his position. And right as the smoke clears, Luminosity pop flash is going to come from Fallen. It's going to blind Nothing. He's forced back. Here comes the hit, but a counter flash slows him down just a little bit. Nothing gets that kill. Fallen responds. Nothing gets 2. Huge plays from him, and now Fallen's got so much to do. Finds a second, but Skidoodle shuts him down before any more damage can be done. 6th round for Cloud9, and now it's definitely going to have to be a save for Luminosity. All sitting around 2,000. Taco's at 2,600. The next round with 3 rounds of the losing bonus, they'll have a pretty solid buy, especially if they can get a plan here.
That flash from Nothing was perfect. I thought for sure that flash coming in from Luminosity was going to shut him down. He was pretty much blind, but he just underhands one and hopes that it goes in the right place. And 2 players jumped out, but were fully blind. They tried to strafe back. They couldn't do it. So Luminosity dropped around to Cloud9, who's picking up some steam here in the second half. LG riding that steam right into the B site is Fallen, the only one to pick up a frag, but Cold Zera and Taco going down to Stewie and Nothing. Fallen's going to rotate back around towards water, but it's a bit of a fake as the bomb is making its way up long A right now. It's FNX and Fur trying to deliver the payload on the A site. Skidoodle still holding true, but do they see the rifle through the wall? I think they may have seen the barrel of the op, as it was FNX trying to get that kill. It's a 2v4 right now. Bomb plant does come, so Luminosity get what they wanted out of the round, that extra $800 bonus if they do drop it. And some decent damage being dealt as well. Stewie almost goes down, but not able to finish off the frag. Fallen and Fur both drop at the end. 4 up for Cloud9. And the window of opportunity is opening here for them as they try to bring this comeback.
Yeah, still a long way to go. 6 rounds behind, but you can see Cloud9, yeah, like you said, starting to pick up a little bit of steam. 3 straight for them. But they haven't really had to face a buy of this quality yet in this matchup. Fallen with the AWP. It's only Glass Cannon. He's got no armor, but 4 AKs behind it with a bunch of utility. With anything they could want. 3 Molotovs. They've got 4 smokes to use as well into this round. And to start things off, Luminosity is going to send a bunch over towards Fountain. Stewie's there. He gets the opening pick onto Fallen, finds it, and just falls away. Nice initial contact from Cloud9. Going to pass that up back to Cbble. That was just because he had a good spawn. And it pays off for him.
That's what, 2 rounds, maybe 3 in a row that they've done that, tossing the op to Stewie, who just jumps up on the railing and gets that fast pick. I don't even know if it spawns at this point. Maybe he just feels really good in that situation and Cbble doesn't want to take the risk. But it's paid out wonderfully for Cloud9 as they've taken down the op. However, it does get dropped to Cold, who had a little bit more behind it anyway, as he does have full armor. But economic implications here for LG not looking so pretty as they have dropped 3 in a row, only with 1 bomb plant. Still playing a little bit timid is the side of Cloud, or Luminosity for that matter, as they've gotten up towards bathrooms, but they haven't really taken any fights there just yet. Only 1 man over towards B. That's Taco rotating between Water and Monster. I don't know if he's aware of the fact that this is a 3-man stack on the B site yet, but an opener for Luminosity over on A as they take down Stewie and bathrooms. Now it's on Cbble back in the A site to try and prevent the push.
Yeah, it's a kill that Stewie doesn't need to get up, trying to find some information, trying to get aggressive and make a play, and he actually equalizes the player count on each side. So a little bit unfortunate. 4 on 4 now. 3 members pushing towards the A bomb site, and a 4th is coming up long. FNX is just going to jump right through the smoke. He's ready for it, but Cbble walks into the flames, doesn't get burned too bad, gets that opening kill. Shroud now right next to Optimus. He sees the jumping Taco. He takes him down. Should be a good hold from Cloud9. 10 seconds left on the clock. Shroud does fall. The bomb is close to the site, but it's just on Fur. He's got no teammate there, and nothing's able to drop him. That's the round over. All that Cold can do is save this AWP, and he's just going to back off. So an 8th round for Cloud9, and they pretty strong as well. 3 members alive. They've built up a lot of money. They can sustain these losses. So Luminosity, I mean, the question here is, they're definitely going to, well, maybe not definitely, but looks like they're in a position where they should save and maybe just go for some kind of half buy as this losing bonus is built up.
Well, we've seen them force up a lot. A lot of Tech 9 armor buys coming in from LG. They've been very fond of it. I guess they just like the way that it plays out on this map. The money on the CT side isn't bad enough that where it's thinking like, oh, we can punish them and force them into a really awkward buy. They've got about 5-6K on some of these players, so they'll be able to rebuy more than enough in the next round if they were to drop it, even if they lose players. They try to go fast towards Connector, but now what do? LG's gotten towards Connector. They got the door in. They've got 1 in Water, Taco, who did take a little bit of damage early in the round, but now they sort of stalled out. So the fast play that maybe they were trying to work doesn't pan out the way they had initially and intended. But we'll see if they make the mid-round adjustment here as they flash out of Connector. Stewie spots the nade. He's going to backpedal towards the A side. He's got Cbble supporting him back behind Dice. And basically a replay here of the last round where Cbble was in sight with that op, looking to find the opener as these players come through mid and potentially long as well.
And now Cloud9 has rotated a 3rd member. Nothing is here as well. The question is, when is Cold going to get into the action with this top? Right now, he's just looking for anyone from Cloud9 to jump inside behind those plant boxes and get some information, just waiting for that small opportunity to take a shot. Meanwhile, the Tech 9s have gotten ever so close, and now they're going to run up. The smoke is out on the bomb site. What can LG find? The plant's going to go down. Cbble gets a kill. A really tough angle for Fur to even realize he's exposed to. They haven't been able to get any kills. The bomb is planted, though. That's all they want. There's Shroud on the rotate. Finds a kill. Cold still hasn't gotten into any of the action. He's got to come up huge here. Misses the opening shot. Gets the second one. Can he get more? They are getting up close. He's got some Tech 9s to bail him out, but nothing ends that. FNX and Taco, the last 2 remaining. They do drop nothing, so 3-on-2 situation. And Shroud's going to clean up the last 2. It's going to be a defuse for Cloud9. And still inching ever so closely to closing the gap in the scoreline.
Yeah, Cloud9 hasn't lost more than 2 players in the last 5 rounds. It was down to 3 in round 3, down to 3 in round 4, down to 4 in round 5, 3 in round 6, 3 in round 7. A pattern is starting to show itself here. And not only that, in those 5 rounds, LG has only gotten the bomb site secured twice. So right now it's a pretty good success rate for Cloud9, and it's really started on the backs of those aggressive picks early on, similar to the way that Luminosity played it. And they're going to go for that again, except it's going to be in Connector this time. It's Skedoodle dropping in on Fur. And it kind of flattens the take here as they wanted to get control of Connector as they made their way in towards water. Nade's going to rain out right under their feet too, and that does so much damage.
Yeah, I mean, that smoke, I think, from Fur misses, which allows Skedoodle to take that peek, but it's the nade damage. Look at the HP of LG. They haven't even really seen anyone. They haven't had an opportunity to do damage, and they're already so softened up. There's nothing. Just spraying away. Triple kill for him, holding this B bomb site like a champ. Shroud eventually falls, but Freakazoid's going to end things. A headshot with the AWP. A little bit of overkill on a Taco, but Cloud9, this has been a dominant defensive half from them, and Luminosity is maybe a little bit shocked, definitely a little bit stumped on what to do. They're going to take a pause here.
This is that ever scary Brazilian pause. Knowing that they have Fallen and Zeus working together to come up with a plan, you know that the round that comes after this could actually be very successful. What was interesting in that round was Freakazoid picking up the AWP. Not necessarily something I'm used to seeing. Maybe I just haven't been paying close enough attention to him as a player. Usually he's a rifler, and that's been what he's been really good at. Does pick up the last kill. It was a great take from Luminosity on the B site. All the mollies poured out. Freak had to flush in towards pit. He couldn't even help nothing, but nothing just shut it down single-handedly. So a solid strat from Luminosity. There was really no mistakes outside of the smoke early on that left them short-handed.
Well, I mean, it was just such an easy cleanup after that nade damage, and maybe a little bit spam as well. But I mean, Luminosity was like one kill, and then like 3 members were brought below half HP before the execution even came in. They had no mistakes. They had to hit some 6 shots entering the site, and nothing with that triple spray down. Obviously, that was a really, really nice hold from him. And yeah, I believe that smoke did just kind of miss in sewers. I was just watching the replay, but yeah, it's going to be tough now for Luminosity. I mean, they're at the situation they have the full losing bonus, and it's just giving them enough to buy, but not enough to have like the strongest situation possible. They do have 4 AKs, some decent utility. Cold's a little bit light on that front, but no AWP still. And this double op setup for Cloud9 is wreaking havoc on everything that Luminosity wants to do. This time, 4 members for LG, 3 members going to go up towards Fountain. Stewie's going to go down the stairs. He's going to try and hold on to this one. Actually, just tosses an 8 and comes right back, but it's Skedoodle over towards Long with the AWP holding it. And Luminosity playing this one a little bit more slowly, a little bit more measured.
Yeah, they're sitting Stewie back in bathrooms just a little bit. Skedoodle up on the planter wall trying to spot it. LG is playing very careful right now, just getting some information as they allow Fur to creep up in Connector, try and let them know that there's nobody home. And that'll give them the ability to push up just a little bit further in mid. Flash from Fallen over the wall should catch Skedoodle, and he does get flashed off. Now they're going to go for the peek. Actually misses the shot. A rare miss from Skedoodle. Only partially flashed. He could easily see the body. Now he's going to go for the repeek. A flash equally as successful for Cloud9. Skedoodle's going to toss one over. Thinks about going for a second, but that hesitation at rotating back towards the A site actually cost him his life, so a little bit over-aggressive play there. Maybe thinking that Stewie was still in mid, able to pop flash him in. So it's going to result in a 1-for-1 trade here, and Luminosity still seems to favor the A site.
Yeah, that hesitation is exactly what sealed his fate. Not able to get back in time, but good on Fallen to chase it down, make sure he has the trade. That's crucial. So 4-on-4, they're going to execute onto the A bomb site. Nothing, just going to throw some nades out. He's here, but Stewie's the only one on the site. He's at Optimus right now, trying to spray through the edge of the smoke. Now he's got to reload. This is when Luminosity chooses to pounce. Molotovs are coming out as well. On the plant spot, FNX is burning as he tries to get the bomb planted. He readjusts. He does get it down inside the smoke. Spray coming through. He's brought so low, but he's still not dead. Finally, Shroud finds him. The entire might of Cloud9 is here. And the bomb isn't planted for bathrooms. It's not planted for long either where Taco is. It's on the side of the boxes. So Cloud9 cleaning things up. All that's left is Taco, and nothing's just going to spray him down. The nade work from Cloud9 on that retake is impeccable. 11-13 now. It has been 7 straight for Cloud9 in the second half.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Cloud9 with that nade work. It wasn't just that round, it's been several rounds in a row. The flashes in, the smokes, etc., they've been on point, and they've basically put Luminosity in positions where they're completely blind or mollied off or smoked off, and they just can't get the sight control. That round, it was the mollies that forced, I think it was FNX who was going for the plan. He had to adjust and go towards the side of Dice instead of in front, and that changes the dynamic of the round altogether. And then those flashes towards the end, allowing them to get those trades, or those duels, definitely boded well. Stewie goes for that aggressive pick in mid that we've seen them do so many times. I think this time Luminosity's gotten tired of it. They throw a flash out just to prevent the shot So they are going to get control of Playground and Party, but it's not really control of much. It costs them 1 flash on the round, so not the biggest hit to their money. But Skadoodle is still posted up with that op in mid, looking to pop some shots on the T side.
This is a sick angle, but Gold's close up. Skadoodle's not going to miss that one. Good advantage now for Cloud9, 5 on 4. Skadoodle's still sticking around for a little bit, see if he can get one more. Luminosity is being very aggressive in how they're moving up bathrooms. Fur's already there. The smokes are already coming out for the execution. They haven't committed to it quite yet. Skadoodle's now got himself with this AWP in a one-and-done spot. Got to be very, very cautious. Luminosity running out of utility. They have 3 smokes, only 2 flashbangs, 1 Molotov as well. And they're trying to just test the how resolute this defense is going to be on the rotation. See if they can get someone from Cloud9 to go back towards the B bomb site before re-executing, but it's not going to work. Shroud is still so close to coming back towards the A bomb site. And here comes the re-execution.
2 players locked in the bank, though. Skadoodle, he's going to have to be the big man right now. He's got the op spots, 1 in the smoke. That's the bomb going down. So now they have clock control here, and it is down to just 2. They are being shredded apart again here. LG cannot find the opening on the A site. That's been several rounds in a row where they have suffered to the holds from Cloud9, and you can see it building up on Cloud9's side. 5 figures on 4 players before the buys start occurring, and Luminosity is stumbling. They don't know what to do at this point. They've put everything on the table, and they still haven't been able to make it work. I expect to see a B play at this point because they've tried so many rounds to go A, and it just has not worked for them.
Yeah, they've never been able to take this double op setup out of the hands of Cloud9. So much money on the CT side right now. And you're exactly right. It is going to be... It looked like it was going to be fast towards the B bomb site. 4 players are here. Freakazoid at the op, but look at Taco, already down to 20 HP. That's rough. He's essentially useless in this. Freakazoid at the off angle towards Toxic. He's going to get Molotov'd out. He's not long for this world. He's burning and he's blind. He finally smokes himself up. 6 HP. Somehow he's still alive. He's going to get away as well. Can he find a kill? That would be a miracle, and he grabs it. Nice flick. Freakazoid holds on. He's had a rough match, but that was solid play from him. And again, the defense just locks out Luminosity. 2 smokes towards sandbags. There's nowhere for them to go in a 2-on-5.
I mean, the saving grace is that the bomb didn't make its way out yet, so the bomb was still back far enough that Fallen was able to pick it up and head towards the A site. But I don't. At this point, he seems like he still wants to go B. He throws a fake smoke over towards A, hoping to pull the players out of B. Freakazoid's still in the same spot here, and he is so low on HP. Cold, he's just 1 bullet away from taking down Freak. Shroud gets caught jumping. Now Freakazoid knows there's one coming up from Catwalk. A little bit late on the shot, but it's Shroud to bail him out, and it's down to just Fallen here. They don't want to give him this op either. Peeps through the smoke. Again, it's Shroud to save the day for Freakazoid as he was so close to death. A 5-up round for Cloud9, further helping them cement their economy. The last 4 rounds now, they've only dropped 2 players. It's been 5-up for rounds 10 and 11. Impressive performance from Cloud9.
Yeah, this is really, really sick stuff. I mean, not too often that you see Luminosity just kind of run out of ideas on what to do here. This defense has been so strong, and it's kind of the MO of this current level of this Cloud9 roster is that they have good CT sides. The T sides are what's rough. Skadoodle gets another opening kill onto Fur. There's Freakazoid as well, aggressive towards Monster. No traits for LG. It's a 3-on-5 situation. Bomb is over towards bathrooms. It's FNX and Cold to push up and try and get aggressive towards the A site. There's the spot onto Fallen. Freakazoid hits a nice flick. Freakazoid is coming alive here. Now FNX, I mean, he's got to find something to do, but this is near impossible. And Stewie's just going to eliminate him before he even has a chance.
I mean, it's not even just good team play from Cloud9. Right now, they're winning all of these duels. It's like all the confidence that was building up on Luminosity has evaporated. Another round. 5-up for Cloud9. That's 3 rounds in a row. They haven't dropped a single player. And now they've taken the lead away from Luminosity, and the money on Luminosity is just in pieces. Even though they have all this loss bonus built up, the lack of bomb plants the last 3 rounds, the lack of kills, the amount they've been investing just has not panned out well for them. So Cloud9 is in a really great spot now where they can get that 15th round before Luminosity is able to buy again.
10 straight rounds in the second half for Cloud9. I mean, this defense has just been... It's insane how many buy rounds LG's had, and we've just seen them get stumped left and right. So, really good showing from Cloud9 on this comeback after a really tough first half. Once again, Luminosity all grouped up towards this B bomb site, a couple towards Sandbags, one towards Monster. FNX watching the flank very, very far back, which just makes me think that this is going to be a little bit slower of a play towards the B site. See if they can get any picks. They're waiting for the smoke to expire at Sandbags, and just as it does, it gets re-smoked. Cold's going to get boosted up on top. I think Stewie spotted it. Takes a little bit of damage, but nothing to write home about. And now we're going to see the hit from LG come in.
Oh, the first shot's going to be on a Freakazoid. He tried to get in towards Toxic Barrels where he's been so punishing, but he gets 1D'd. Or an immediate response from Stewie, though. But the resmoke means that the T side is going to have to rethink the situation right now. Looks like they may want to grab the bomb and head back towards A, or at least fake that, which they've done before. Cold's going to make his way in towards bathrooms. Doesn't see anybody. He's going to make the call, and the rest of the players barrel out of connector. Inside, we've got Skadoodle with the op peeking left and right towards mid and bathrooms, not spotting anything just yet. The smoke giving them solace behind bathroom wall. A good molly to keep them at bay, at least a little bit. The players from bathrooms not able to make their way up. So it's going to be the two from mid here trying to aggress Taco and one more. Taco gets into the site, but they get shredded. And it's going to be nothing on the flank to likely take out Fallen. And this is massive from Cloud9. They have just taken it back.
Everyone on the team is
abysmal.
Everyone on Cloud9 had 16k before this round started.
That's why.
All 5 members had 16k. They had 3 rounds in a row where they had 5 players survive. That round, they only lose 1. Round 9, they only lose 1. But 10, 11, and 12, they lost absolutely no one. So I can't remember the last time I've seen that in a professional match.
Especially with 2 teams of this caliber. You could say, like, oh, maybe if like LG is playing AGG or a team that's been struggling, it's a different story. But you wouldn't expect that from these 2 teams. Op trades early on, as it appears Stewie goes aggressive in mid yet again and takes down none other than Fallen. Cold responds with a kill onto Freakazoid over on the B side, so it's going to make the Siki side a little bit weak here. Shroud trying to pop shots through the smoke, or through the plywood for that matter, on towards Catwalk, but Skadoodle in position in window, spots Fur coming up from Catwalk. And now Cloud9 is in a really good position to potentially close this one out here in round 29. It's a 3v4, and they look to be heading towards the A site yet again. Skadoodle rotating in towards the dumpsters, and Stewie holding back towards Bank.
Yeah, nice pop flash. Skadoodle himself takes the pick as well. 2-on-4 situation. Cold and FNX both with AWPs, so it's going to be hard to entry onto the bomb site. They're both going to have to get picks here if they want to open things up. Stewie's just got to be patient. Don't peek. Skadoodle as well at Optimus, and now even Shroud is rotated over very close by to commit to the defense here, and Skadoodle just says, I don't need you, bro. Get out of here. Gets that kill onto Cold, and it's just down to FNX. He does get Stewie, but still in a 1-on-3. Has the bomb. 35 seconds left on the clock. But such a tough situation for him to decide where's the best place for him to go. Going to come up towards bathroom, going towards the A bomb site. But he's got to be so fortunate, so lucky in this as the timer runs down. 20 seconds left.
Yeah, he's really running out of time here. He's trying to peek towards Truck. He's hoping to God that Shroud does not peek out here and he can take this duel with Skadoodle. Skadoodle holding stalwart, though, and that's a 4K for Skadoodle on the round. A massive comeback here from Cloud9. They were down 13-4 at one point before they started chaining rounds together, and they did not succeed 1 round after that point to Luminosity. They completely obliterate the T side of Luminosity. Impressive.
Yeah, a ridiculous comeback. Really, really good stuff from Cloud9. I don't know. I don't know what just happened to Luminosity there. I haven't seen them that confused and that without an answer on their T side in so long. I mean, once Luminosity wins the pistol and the second round, and then they lose everything from there on out. That double up setup was never in danger of leaving Cloud9. So, I mean, Skadoodle obviously had a sick game with the AWP. He was like 30-17, I think, when he left. But Stewie even had some big kills with that Freakazoid. Low number of kills in terms of volume, but some of the impact, some of just the plays he made were pretty solid over at that B bomb site defense. And Luminosity just gets picked apart. So we're going to take a quick break. Map 2 is going to be coming up between Luminosity and Cloud9. And that is on... Do you know what map that's on?
That's going to be on Cbble.
On Cbble. Nice. All right, so we're going to have Cbble when we come back between these 2 teams. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back with that matchup.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part